Stop using church intimidation, control and manipulation. Jezebel and all them spirits fall back, not trying to hear it. Go with Jesus, walk in peace. On your pew can sit that beast that we're fighting in the world. I'm that JC Supergirl, Jesus Christ, belt of truth, arm of God, I'm slaying you. Power of the word, two-edged sword. MC Heaven rocks for her Lord. Thought they crept in unaware, didn't see the gatekeeper standing right there, not getting down with your tactics.
Hello, everybody. God bless you. Welcome again to the Crystal Jones Show. It's good to see all of you return again. I got, a lot to share with you today. Thank you all for tuning in as you always do. And thank you for the wonderful comments that you send on social media. I really appreciate that. And those of you, as always, that I see sometime in the street, in the store, different places like that, you always give me, comforting words, and I appreciate that. So just know that I'm thinking of you daily. And the show, I thank God for this show because it has been a blessing to you, but also to me as well. So today we have a lot of different things that I'd like to cover. I'd like to first of all say I thank God that justice was done for Junior Guzman. That was a sad situation where this young man, his life was taken. He was only 15 years old. 15, and his life was snuffed out by a group of gentlemen that were older than he was. And I want to say to our different cultures, our people, remember that you're supposed to be the ones that are teaching the young people how to be, how to walk in this life. And instead, they took advantage of him, which is so sad. But my heart goes out to his mother and his father, his family. God bless you all. I'm praying for you. And I'm just so sad that the young man's life ended like that for no reason. It was totally ridiculous. So I want to say to our people of, ethnicity, people of color, let's learn from this. Let's stop this. Let's help our young people. Let's help each other, help our neighborhoods, come on, y'all. Let's band together and let's do what we know we're supposed to do. We have God-given talents and gifts and things that we should be using instead of, doing things like this. Come on. Let's band together and do what's right. Okay, so next, what I wanted to bring to your attention again, I have announcements. The first one is going to be the Ascension Annual Dinner Dance. If you could bring that up on the screen. I believe that's the first one. Yes, Ascension in Mount Vernon, New York. You all know that they are having their yearly dinner dance. It's going to be at the Green Tree Country Club, which is 538 Davenport Avenue, New Rochelle, New York. They're going to have music and, dancing and everything, a full course dinner. And it is just wonderful. So if you would like to come, get in touch. There at the bottom, you see the different phone numbers. 646-625-9582. Again, 646-625-9582. You can call to get tickets. This is a wonderful dinner dance. I've been to this dinner dance before, and I will probably be going again this year. And we just have so much, we just enjoy each other and we have a good time. So I would advise you all, this is something good that you may want to be a part of. You're going to meet a lot of nice people. Ascension is a great group of people, and they just show a lot of love, and they like to, you can have fun and be in the church. So I'm just, reminding you all that they're having their dinner dance again this year, Friday, December 6th. Okay. And then the next announcement, I believe, is the expo. I think that's the one. Yes. You all know Miss Monroe. She was on, the show a couple of months ago. She does a lot with autistic awareness. So this particular thing that she's doing is supporting services for autistic youth. She's having a beauty, health, and fitness October the 19th this month, 2019, from 4 to 8 p.m. It's at the Courtyard by Marriott, which is at 5 Executive Boulevard, Yonkers, New York. So please get in touch with her if you would like to be a part of that. Her name again is Daqueen Monroe. You can go to her Facebook page and see about how you can be a part of this expo that she's having. And again, that's going to be October the 19th, 2019, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Courtyard by Marriott, 5 Executive Boulevard, Yonkers, New York. All right, they're going to be doing all type of different things there. Let's see what else they have on here. Yes, you can get in touch with her, Daqueen Monroe. She's on Facebook. You can go on there and follow the website that she has for this particular event. Okay, and then the next one, I believe, which one do we have next? I forget. Yeah, the variety service. Okay. This is a variety service that is being sponsored, Retta's Lifeline and Christian Love Tabernacle. You all know Miss Loretta. She's been on this show many a time. She's had the Circle Line boat event for men of color I think it was last year. Yeah, last summer, 2018, where she awarded Black men in the different communities for the great things that they're doing in the communities to help the communities. She's having something Saturday, November 9th at 4 p.m. at Christian Love Tabernacle, 5 Manor House, Yonkers, New York. And they are going to be having a variety of singers, actors, dancers, and all of that. And you're going to be able to see those people again here on the show like you did last year. It's the same type of thing. But the actual event is going to be Saturday, November 9th, 2019 at 4 p.m. at Christian Love Tabernacle Incorporated, 5 Manor House, Yonkers, New York. So if you would like to come to the event, contact Minister Loretta Hagler at 914-885-6605. Minister Loretta Hagler, 914-885-6605. And again, you're going to be seeing them here again, the rappers and different ones like you saw, I think it was the beginning of this year or late last year. So you're going to be seeing them again. Now, the next event that we have coming up is through Minister Swazette. She has a group called Witten Theatricals. It's a gala dinner that she's having. It's a gospel play called All the Way. It's Friday, November 8th, 2019 at 7 p.m. The Adria Hotel and Conference Center. That's at 221-17 Northern Boulevard in Bayside, New York. Again, 221-17 Northern Boulevard, Bayside, New York. It's a red carpet at 6 p.m., dinner at 7, and a dress to impress that they're having. You're going to enjoy live entertainment, dinner, dancing, and more. You all know Minister Swazette. She's into, the dancing, what do you call it? The dancing, the dance ministry that they do at the local churches. So support her and her group. They have this play called All the Way, and they want to take this to Broadway. So support her in her efforts to do this. Again, that's Minister Swazette Witten. You can reach her and, reach out to her rather. And her email is swittentheatricals@gmail.com. swittentheatricals@gmail.com. You'll see all of this on my pages as well. So if you forget any of the information, you can always tune into my pages. So today we are going to be talking about, if you could bring up the next picture, I think it's about roots, hair roots. Yes, I love my roots. I wanted to bring that out because many times we are criticized for our hair. And I don't mean any harm, but I want to bring this out to people. We are Black people, okay? We're not from here. We're not European. We are from the continent of Africa, all right? And over there, we wear our hair in dreads and braids and afros. We embrace our ethnicity. So I want to encourage our young people. Don't be discouraged by people that talk about your hair, the way it's worn and stuff like that. No, you are a representation of your ethnic group. There's nothing wrong with you wearing an afro. There's nothing wrong with you wearing braids, twists, that type of thing. That's a part of our heritage. Be proud of that. When I was a little girl, I can remember I went to a particular school, and at first when I, got to that school, I was kind of wondering how they would receive me if I wore my braids. But I said, listen, I'm not going to be, I don't care what these people think. I wear corn braids when I want to wear them. I'm Black. They're going to have to accept this. And sure enough, when I wore it to the school, the teachers were like, oh, your hair looks so nice. Because they had enough sense to realize I'm not European. I'm Black. I'm going to wear, Black clothing. I'm going to, you understand what I'm saying? So if this is supposed to be America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, and all of this kind of stuff, you have to accept other cultures. You have to understand we're not all going to want to be European, because we're not. So I want to encourage our young people. Sometimes they get a bad rap for their hair. Do not be discouraged by that. You're not doing anything wrong. You are Black. You're Hebrew. We come from the continent of Africa, and we have different cultures there, but all of our cultures together, we are a Black culture. And this is how we wear our hair, and even America, the hip hop culture, where do you think that came from? That is from Black people. So do not feel dismayed about things like that. Wear your hair. Young ladies, y'all look beautiful with your braids and all of that. You look good. Men, you as well. Don't be ashamed of your culture. No, the other people ain't ashamed of theirs. So, do not be ashamed of your culture at all. Okay? The next thing that I wanted to bring on the screen, I'm honoring a person in Black history, and I'm going way back because the last time I went back to who I did Harriet Tubman. But today I'm going to bring about Sojourner Truth. And if you bring her picture up, she says, if we laugh and sing a little as we fight the good fight of freedom, it makes it all go easier. I will not allow my life's light to be determined by the darkness around me. Now, that's good that she's saying that, because we're going through a lot of the same things now today. A lot of what's going on has brought us back 60 years. 60 years. When I was born, we had just gotten civil rights. That's ridiculous. After being here that many years, 400, this year makes the 400-year mark. So over 50 years ago, we just got the civil rights, and now it seems like America is going back to that. And the latest thing is the incarceration. So can you please put up what I had with the redlining and stuff like that on the screen? We're still going through this. 400 years of institutional racism. Slavery from 1619 to 1865. Black codes, 1865 to 1866. We had to deal with the KKK starting in 1865. That still goes on. Still goes on. The Jim Crow laws, the redlining, the war on drugs, mass incarceration, the three strikes law. We're still going through a lot of these things. They just name them other things. As you all know, mass incarceration is a billion-dollar industry. And we see it every week on the videos. They come up into the houses, arrest black people for no reason at all a lot of time. Just feel that they could kick down your door, plant they plant all kind of narcotics and things in your car and all of that. And we see that. We know it. Here recently, too, I got to bring this up, y'all. I'm sorry. This case here with this cop that she, you know, the jury gave her a sentence of murder, okay? And what happened with all of that was it was just crazy what was going on with that. The thing about the judge and all of that kind of stuff, it was just crazy because, for one thing, if the judge is going to say, oh, she gave her a Bible and all of this because she wanted to give her hope. But do you do that with black people when they convict them for murder? No, you don't. You don't do that. You know. And so for her to even try to explain something like that, well, then you need to do that with everybody. That's not fair, you know. And so now, and I could kind of understand the gentleman who passed away, his brother wanted to free himself. So he, you know, went and hugged the lady to, you know, say he forgave her and all of that. But then when the judge came down with all of this stuff, you know, that's going to make her team go to get her a lesser sentence. And I guarantee you, this woman is only going to serve about 3 years. And she still to this day can't explain why she shot that man. She knew that wasn't her house. How do you walk up to an apartment and you see that a rug is there? It's not your rug. You go inside, that's not your apartment. Why would you kill the person in there? No, there was more to it than that. And then the lady that filmed her actions afterwards, she never helped him with CPR. She was on the phone texting her boyfriend. All of this kind of crazy stuff. And that woman that filmed it had to leave because they you know, started threatening her. And then the gentleman, Joshua Brown, that testified, he was threatened by the police department. That's ridiculous. And then next thing you know, he winds up dead. And there's, of course, saying that there were 3 black men that killed him. Right. These 3 black men came all the way 300 miles from, they lived 300 miles away from him. You mean to tell me they came 300 miles to buy some weed? No, you're not fooling nobody with that. And I mean, this whole story is terrible. It really is. And we're going back to that same nonsense that we went through during slavery, after slavery, when Martin Luther King came and we marched with him, and we got the civil rights supposedly. Because when I went in recently and I looked up what is an American citizen, because they throwing everybody back across the wall. Everybody. If they catch you outside, you ain't got no idea, whatever, they gonna throw you over there to Mexico. It's ridiculous, right? So when I looked up what is a citizen, it said a white person who is of European descent. That is it. So in other words, they're letting us know that they still don't consider us citizens. And I keep telling you all, we're not even from here. We're from the richest continent in the world. We have gold, diamonds. Why do you think the same people that always talk about how much they hate us and call us all these names and stuff like that, they're always over there? They're always trying to take the gold, the diamonds, and all that. They're always over there. Why? Because they want what we have. So it's just ridiculous that nothing really has changed. It's just that they don't have the signs up saying white only, black only, colors over here, this one over here, that one over there. It's the same thing. They just trying to hide it. So, I'm just saying, we need to, as a people, continue to come together, build our own communities, and we need to go back and visit Africa. We really do. Every black person, y'all need to go over there. We need to go and visit the motherland. We need to go over there. Someday we will go back there. Someday we will, because even the Bible says that Christ will reign and rule from Jerusalem. Jerusalem's in Africa. It's not here in America. So someday all of the nations that will serve him will go back there. Now, we who are the Hebrews, the ones that carry the word of God, we have to alert the people. We have to sound the alarm for what's going on. All that's going on now is in Bible prophecy. We're preparing the way of the Lord, just like John the Baptist did. He prepared the way of the Lord. Christ came at that time to bring us in right relationship with God. So the Hebrew people, we are the ones to alert the world to what's going on. Because when we go back to our land, the Gentiles are going to help too. They're going to be other nations that help us with getting the place ready, because we have to get Jerusalem, we have to get Israel, all of that has to be ready before Christ's return. All that's going on over there right now, that's not going to be there when Christ returns. So at some point we have to return to our land. And I want to read to you from Zechariah, the 2nd chapter. And it's talking about the vision that Zechariah saw. He saw this, a long time ago, thousands of years ago, but yet his prophecy still reigns true. And so in the 2nd chapter, the 4th verse, it said, and he said unto him, run, speak to this young man, saying, Jerusalem shall be inhabited Jerusalem shall be inhabited as a place without walls for the multitude of men and cattle therein. So Jerusalem is going to become a place that's without walls. It's going to be so many people there, because the nations that understand who Christ really was and that he's coming back again to rule and reign, all of the nations are going to be there that will serve him. For I say it, the Lord will be unto her a wall of fire round about, and will be the glory in the midst of her. Ho, ho, come forth, and flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds. So the people who he spread throughout the world are the Hebrews. He spread us all over the place. So we mixed in with every single nation because of our disobedience to the Lord. So now we have to come in right relationship with the Lord. We have to get our people together, get our people off that incarceration plantation. And they don't belong there. We come from greatness. We come from kings and queens and dynasties. And we need to come back to who we really and truly are. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith the Lord. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. And if you notice, America, I'm sorry to say, it has become a Babylon. It really, really has. I mean, the stuff that's going on here, the stuff that they allow is just getting worse and worse. Because when you look at it, the situation with the cop that killed the gentleman, she got murder for 10-year sentence, but she only going to get 3. The 3 men that they're blaming that came from 300 miles away to buy some weed from the gentleman that was the witness in the case, Joshua Brown, that got killed, they gave all of them capital murder. Do you know what that means? That means that they are going to kill them. So it's okay for her to kill somebody because she's a cop and she's white. But 3 black men that you made up and said that they came all the way 300 miles to buy weed, and pleased with that, because who will believe that story? They're going to kill those men. They've probably threatened them and told them, you better say you did this, because they want to shut people up. So now these 3 men, if they continue with the capital murder, they're going to die. So now 5 black men have died. The gentleman that originally was shot by this woman, Joshua Brown, and the 3 black men that they're blaming. And this is not okay with God. It's not. And somebody's are going to pay for that, because you cannot put yourself in the place of God and take life. You cannot do that. So believe me, the Lord is going to give them a just recompense of reward. You watch and see it. So, for thus saith the Lord, after the glory hath sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. We've been spoiled in every nation. They didn't even tell you about the genocide that was done to us in Brazil. All of these different nations that sold us as slaves, they're not going to get away with that. That's why I'm saying we got to come together, because they're not going to get away with that. We have to come together and be the people that God called us to be, the Levitical priesthood, the ones who are preaching and teaching the gospel, the ones that are calling people to repentance. We got to get our men out of these jails, off of this mass incarceration slave plantation, because that's all that is. And if you're a young man and you're watching this, you have got to surround yourself with people who are like-minded, that want to do good things. It is not in our DNA to be of mass incarceration. Do your homework, study. The Bible says, study to show yourself approved, a good workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So you have to study your Bible, but you also have to study your history. Where did you come from? What were we about when we were in that land? We were known as the Jews. What were we doing? We were following the Torah. We were following the laws. But when we got here, they wanted us to change everything that we believe to believe like they believe. So then they came together. I'm going to do, y'all know I'm going to do a teaching on this Christianity, how they made that a dark thing. And I understand that Christians around the world feel that Christianity is about being Christ-like. Yes, that's what it's supposed to be. But when they brought us here to this country, they made it work only for them. They made it that we were these people that were 1/5 of a person, they used to call us, and say the rest of us, we were, the other part of us were animal. We weren't even, they don't even look at us as being human beings. So where is that in the Bible? What kind of where are they reading? That's not biblical, but yet they were calling themselves Christians. I told you that after their church services, they would announce that we're going to have a picnic, and picnic meant pick a nigga. And they would pick a black person to exploit. And all of these Christian churches would come together and watch this. And they would, the thing that they wanted to do was bring the black man down. So they would humiliate him. They would make him come in the center of a square somewhere and make the black males have sex with each other, sex with their mothers. That's why they, the word mother, you know what? That's where that comes from. They made them have sex with their mother, their sisters, anybody. Just made them make fools out of themselves while they sat down in the name of Jesus and watched and laughed. And if you think I'm lying, go and look that up. Go and look it up. Do your research. And that's what, and also they wanted us to believe that Christ was European, that he was a white person. But how in the world could he be European if he's from Africa? No. Do your homework, check it out. Know that they did that so that we would bow down and worship them, so that we would work their plantations. And America was great when they were making money off of the cotton pickers, the plantation workers. That's when they were great, because they were making a lot of money off of that, but we weren't making anything. And then we were promised 40 acres and a mule. I ain't seen it. Have you? Nobody has. And then they lied and said that they didn't have enough land and all of this kind of stuff. And they justify themselves from the same Bible that you and I read. But I done read all through these scriptures, and I don't see where that's justified. I don't see where God said that that was right at all. It says, if anything, take heed that no man deceive you. Okay? So you've got to not be deceived by this nonsense. And they coming again trying to deceive us, to make us feel again that all black men are bad. So they plant things in their car, and you know, any kind of thing that they feel that they could catch us with, they do it. Even though they have the cameras on themselves now, you see them planting stuff in people's cars and on people and arresting people for no reason, because they have a quota. They have to keep up with that quota. The jails have to be full to capacity so that they can make money off of them, because they do. You're going to charge them for staying there, right? Okay? So, you know, that's their, I guess, Airbnb, whatever you want to call it. But it's not justified, and God is not pleased with it. I don't care who you think you are, but you are not in the place of God. So now it says, behold, it says, for thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that touches you toucheth the apple of his eye. Watch when you mess with God's people. We didn't choose ourselves. And in the Bible, he talks about, I didn't choose you because you were a lot of people, but because you were the smallest of people. He chose us, the 12 tribes. He chose us. So we're doing his work. So watch what you do to God's chosen people, and even the Gentiles, the other nations that truly serve God from their heart. Watch what you do to those people, because God is coming after you. I'm telling you. It may seem like it's been a long time, because God is merciful and he's long suffering. For behold, I will shake mine hand upon them. In other words, he's coming to get you. And they shall be a spoil to their servants. So things are starting to turn. If you notice now, they're concerned about the opioid situation. All of a sudden now, when our people were on the corners, strung out on drugs, they didn't care about us. But now the opioid situation and the meth situation is hitting the European culture. So now they're concerned. They want everybody to have a blue bag, and just in case you see somebody on the street, you can give them the squirt, the air thing, so that they can be revived, because it's affecting their people. Wake up, y'all. Wake up. When they get concerned about things like that, it's not for us. It's because it's affecting their people. For behold, I will shake mine hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil unto their servants. And you will know that the Lord of hosts has sent me. Sing and rejoice, O daughter of Zion, for lo, I come, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, saith the Lord. In other words, the Lord is saying, hold on, y'all. Hold on, Israel. Hold on. I'm coming. I'm coming. You're going to be singing. Continue the singing. The Christian and the rappers that have that positive message, y'all that's your way of preaching and teaching people. teaching people. Keep going forward with it. The Hebrew rappers, keep going forward with it. Your singing is alerting, and it's teaching different cultures about the Lord. And many nations shall be joined to the Lord in that day. See, many nations are going to come to know the Lord, because everybody's not going to come into the church. They're not. They're not going to know the Lord through coming into the church, only because the church has had so many different issues. The Catholic Church, with the kids being raped and all of this kind of stuff, a lot of people are leery. They don't want to be a part of a church. They want to get to know the Lord. They may be a part of different gatherings and things like that, but some people are not going to step foot in the church. I'm telling you, they're not. So this is why it's important for us to be on the streets everywhere, social media, here, there. My way is reaching you through social media. You know, I do the live chats on my social media pages. I do the live chats. I do here. I do the Crystal Jones Show. I go to different events and things like that, because I am a pastor without walls. I can't just be in one place, because being in that one place, it only speaks to the people that already know the Bible, or should know the Bible, or should be there getting their ammunition, their feeding of what they need to go out. Because Christ said, go and make disciples of them. Go out, in other words, not stay. And too many churches are sitting behind the four walls, and they're not reaching out to the public. They're not reaching out to the people. And they're not even standing up for justice. They see what's going on, and they just sit there, and they won't say anything. They won't do anything. So, and many nations shall be joined to the Lord in that day, and shall be my people. And I will dwell in the midst of thee, and thou shalt know that the Lord of hosts has sent me unto thee. And the Lord shall inherit Judah, his portion in the holy land. So that's why they call them Jews, from the tribe of Judah. But basically, we're Hebrew people. And he will choose Jerusalem again. Be silent, O flesh, before the Lord, for he is raised up out of his holy habitation. So this is something, like I said, that Zechariah, who is a prophet, and his name means the Lord has remembered. And this is the 400th year. And the Lord has remembered what he said about he would send us into captivity for 400 years. And he spread us throughout the four corners of the earth. We're all over the place. We're, the Dominican people, they have the darker complexion. And they look just like, the blacks or the African Americans, whatever, you consider yourself. But that came from slavery too. They too are intertwined with the black culture. Many other cultures we have been intertwined with. And they have also found some of the other tribes, Ephraim, Zebulun, and all of those other tribes are now being found, because everybody is hearing the voice of the Lord saying, come together. So eventually we're all going to meet up in Jerusalem some kind of way. But the Jerusalem that they have right now, remember, that was a place that they kind of made because the European Jews wanted a place of their own. But that's not all of the land that God gave to the 12 tribes. The 12 tribes consist of a lot of different people. The ones that I saw recently, there was a documentary. Maybe if I could get permission to show it. It showed the different nations, and a lot of them look, I saw some of them look kind of Filipino, Oriental, that type of thing. And so we're from all different nations, and we're all going to come together. I explained to you how I knew where I came from. Igbo meant Hebrew. That was when my people scattered and ran. And so we're the Igbo, we're from Judah. So all of these different tribes, though, there's 12. So the land that you see today that they call Israel is too small to be the lands I saw, the different areas that the tribe of Judah possessed. And a lot of those lands are all, like in Syria and all of these different kind of places. All of our tribes had a lot of different lands, a lot of different lands. It's not just that one place that you see right there that's very, very small. That was the area that the European Jews claimed. And even their people wrote a book called You're Not the 13th Tribe. You're not. So there's a book out there about that you could read about the 13th tribe. And their people are starting to realize that this is wrong, for you to say that you're a group of people that you're really not. And then our people are starting to wake up and realize who we really are. And not just the blacks that are, most of us are from the tribe of Judah and I believe Benjamin, but people from all over. Like I said, the people that I saw looked like they were kind of, they were Filipino, Asian, a little Oriental. They are from the other, tribes that are out there that are gathering together, and they are waiting because they feel that call, that time is coming now where we're going to have to come together. And I will say that, Ghana is even offering us dual citizenship, because if you think about it and you look at what's happening in America, things are not going as well as people would like to think. We're on the verge of so many things. So much could happen here. And we may need to think about getting dual citizenship somewhere else, especially in our own land in Africa. Start looking, because we may have to leave here, as the Bible tells us, get out of her, my people, get out. We are at some point going to have to leave this land to go to our own land. I don't know if it will be in my lifetime. It may be in the next generation's lifetime, but at some point we have to go there because Christ is going to come back. And when he comes back, he's going to rule and reign from Jerusalem in Northeast Africa. Okay? So we need to start thinking like that. It's not a coincidence that they still don't want us here. We don't belong here. We didn't want to be here in the first place. We really didn't. We didn't come here, hey, I want to be here with y'all. No, we didn't. We came here scratching and biting. Our people fought. Let me tell you, they fought. They overthrew some of the ships. Y'all ever see Amistad? Some of our people did that. They overtook ships and whatnot. They were like, no, it ain't going down like that. So we fought to not come here. We didn't want to be here. Come on. We come from the richest continent in the world. Oh my gosh, we did not want to be here. So at some point we have to go back to where we came from. We really do. And the other nations that are going to serve Christ, you'll see, everybody's going to start gathering together, and the feasts are going to make sense to us. The Feast of Trumpets that just passed, the Feast of Trumpets, those trumpets send out a warning sound. They're to gather the people together to move forward. The camps have to come together so we can start moving forward. The second Exodus is about to take place. I don't know how it's going to take place, if it's going to be like when we left Egypt and God parted the sea. I don't know if we're going to fly in planes. I don't know how that's going to work. But at some point, we have to exit out of here because we have to go to our own land. Africa is the motherland. You even have European people who are historians and whatnot that will tell you that that life came from Africa, that the black woman is the one that has that DNA in her to produce all of these nations. So everything came basically from over there. And I know they're getting ready to celebrate the holiday tomorrow with, again, Christopher Columbus. He didn't discover America. America was already here. How he discovered something that was here? Y'all got to stop that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not true. He didn't. And his navigator was black. Come on, y'all. Stop playing. You know, so to say he discovered this place, that's not true. And now I understand why they never wanted to have Black history when I was growing up, because they didn't want us to find out who we were or where we came from. So, and even before he came here, Christopher Columbus, Black people had been here. They had been here way before he even came here. Remember, the Moors, the Black Moors, they were in Europe. They ruled Europe for 700 years, and nobody talks about that. You have some of the Europeans that will admit that the Moors went over there and showed them how to do hygiene. I saw a documentary of a European woman talking about how we didn't know about hygiene until they came over and told us how to use soap and all of that kind of stuff. You know, this is why when oh Lord, when I see our Black men that are incarcerated and whatnot, I say, wow, if they knew their history, they wouldn't be here. They wouldn't know to stop falling for the okie dokie. You know what I'm saying? Stop falling for these different little things that these cops keep coming and picking y'all up for. Because I mean, just look up the Moors and look up the richest man in the world was Mansa Musa. He was a Black king over in Africa. He was the richest man in the world. Nobody has gotten up to what he had, and he had so much gold that when he would go to different places, he would just give out gold to, you know, people that were poor and stuff like that. So look up Mansa Musa. He was considered the richest man in the world ever, a Black king, okay? So we need for our kings here to arise and be the people that you're supposed to be. Get your LLCs, your businesses, even while you're incarcerated, go back to school. Some of y'all can go to school y'all could go to school for free. Go to school. I don't care if you got an 8th grade education. Request a tutor if you need one. But with an 8th grade education, that means you can read and write, right? If you can read and write, go. All the programs and things that they offer you, go. Take those programs. You know, get the different jobs, hold down the jobs until you can do better. You know, a lot of times I know you might squint at, well, they want to offer me a job at McDonald's. Don't look at the fact that you flipping burgers today. Go there, flip those burgers, and become the manager. And then after becoming the manager, you can get the money together, get together with a group of people and own some McDonald's and make it vegetarian, vegan, or African, or whatever. You know, put your spin on it. Put your spin on it. But it's a start. It's better than nothing. You know, a lot of you, sometimes you're incarcerated, and I know they beat you down about the child support and stuff like that, but at least if you get a job, you could start paying toward that, you know, and you could start teaching your children that, no, daddy made a mistake, but you know what? I'm here now. I'm sorry that I didn't, you know, lead you like I was supposed to. Y'all have to come back and be the covering again for your household, because God placed you all as head of household. We're supposed, we support you all. You're not better than us. We're, you know, partners with you. But if you want to take back what God initially made you to be, you're going to have to start doing something. You have to start working toward that. And something is better than nothing. Like I said, don't look at the fact that you just flipping burgers back there. Say, I'm flipping burgers today, but tomorrow I'm going to be the manager here. And then after being the manager, I'm going to buy into that franchise and I'm going to own me a couple of these places. And you know what I'm saying? Something is better than nothing. and falling for that okie dokie. Don't run drugs for nobody and all this gang stuff. All of that stuff is people that are scared. They want a sense of a community. They feel like they have nobody and all of that kind of stuff. And where does that get you? Look at these guys that are in jail now for killing a 15-year-old. Is that the life that you want for yourself or for your kids? It can't be. It really can't be. Too many people have struggled. We lost millions of people in the sea. You know how many dead black people there are from the transatlantic slave trade that are just on the bottom of the sea somewhere, just floating, and these people, their lives, blood was shed for you. The blood of Christ on Calvary, the blood of our ancestors. Y'all, we have got to come together and do better. We have to. We have to own our own community. We have to come together in our own communities. Let's get our own, we love doing hair, continue to do the barber shops, the hair salons. We love beauty products. Get our own beauty places where we can, tend to, because, we have, our hair is woolly and, beautiful. We have beautiful hair. But, the products and things that we need for our hair, let's get our own stores and things like that for that. Stop getting caught on camera fighting with Asian people. Stop it. Stop that. Let's get our own beauty product stores. We like getting our nails done. Let's get our own nail salon. Everything that we like doing, the things that we do, we have got to create our own communities. Again, we did it years ago in Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. Yeah, they burnt it down. Let's build it back up. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep on. Those of you see me on here doing television, you could do the same thing. Come and take the courses. You have a television show, you have a voice. You can do the things that you would like to see done on television. You want people to see black people in a positive light. Y'all see me going to work every day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking down to anybody or anything like that, but I'm saying you could live a good life. You could live a godly life. And as much as lies within possible, as much as lies within you that's possible, you can lead a good life. And that's what Christ wants us to do. So whether you're Christian, whether you're Hebrew, whatever, if it's your desire to see good things in your community and amongst your people, it starts with you. If you're incarcerated today, you don't have to be incarcerated tomorrow. Stop hanging around the wrong people. Be with people who are going where you want to be. So I definitely would like to see many more of you come out of prison, come off of that incarceration plantation, come off of it. Stop doing the same thing over and over and over again. Get with like-minded people. So I came, like I said, from Zechariah, and now you know what you should be doing. So I'm going to leave you with chapter 6 of Romans. Says, what shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin, that grace may abound? God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? Know you not that so many of us as were baptized into Jesus Christ were baptized into death? Therefore we are buried with him by baptism into death, that like as Christ was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so we also should walk, how? In newness of life. Get a new life. Get a new life. Show your children that you matter, that they matter. Show your children what they should be doing, even if you have to start from scratch. Yes, you're coming out from jail or whatever, and they see that, but when they see you rise, they say, you know what? My father was in jail, but guess what? He made something of himself. He saw his mistake. and he came out of it. So he fought hard. He fought hard to do what was right so that I could be somebody. I could do what was right. It's not too late. As long as there's breath in your body and you get in, I'm telling you, key is getting in right relationship with the Most High. If you get in right relationship with the Most High, I'm telling you, you are going to win. You are going to go forward. And be honest with your kids. Say, I did make a mistake. I was falling for the okie dokie. I was doing stupid stuff. But now I caught a hold to my mind, and I'm realizing that that's not what we should be doing. We should be doing what's right. And men, when y'all see kids that don't have fathers, y'all need to encourage them. I see some of them sometime on the basketball court. I see the younger children. I got to give y'all credit that a lot of you are now realizing that your kids need you. But I see the lonely teenagers playing basketball. Where's daddy? Where is he? If he's incarcerated or wherever he's at, get back to doing the godly principles, because that's what's going to put you in alignment with what you should be doing in your family life. And when you get out of prison, your family is first. Family first. You owe it to your children. You owe it to them. God gave those kids to you. He didn't make you have those kids. You had them. And the women too, whether you're incarcerated or not. You are that example before that child. Women, we try to rally around our kids and stuff like that. But if you haven't been, do it. Do what's right for the sake of your children, for the sake of the Lord, for your children, because you're going to need for your children to be right. You don't want to keep getting calls in the middle of the night, oh, your child's in jail. Come on. No. And it starts with you. If you train your children right in the household and they see you doing right, they're going to go right. It's going to be hard for them to veer off of that. They of course, they see children in high school and different things like that veering off. But when they see you and you sit around the table and talk with your kids, find out what's in their mind and their heart and in their spirit. And then you be able to reel them in and get them to doing right. And you be that example, bring back that family atmosphere. All right, so it was good talking with you all again. Thank you for joining the Crystal Jones Show. I tell you this in love. I love everybody from all cultures. I love y'all. But we have got to get ready for Christ's return. Those of you who are from Gentile nations or whatever, those of you who love Christ and you really, want to see right for everybody, God is going to bless us together. So it's time for us to get together. And I speak to my people because we have a lot that we need to do. We need to get ready. We have to come together as a people. We are the Hebrews. We are the 12 tribes. We have to get it together. God bless you. God keep you is my prayer. This is Pastor Crystal Jones signing off, saying you stay balanced. God bless you.
Fighting in the world, I'm that JC Supergirl, Jesus Christ, belt of truth, arm of God, I'm slaying you, power of the word, two-edged sword, MC Heaven rocks for her Lord, thought they crept in unaware, didn't see the gatekeeper standing right there, not getting down with your tactics, undoctrinal practice, rewind, selector, bring it back, heaven is on this track, no more games in my mind, God built me in the spirit, division, corruption, strife, envy, no, I'm not trying to hear it, God gave me